A shortage of dumb people doing really stupid things. Welcome to another edition of Idiotology with Lynch and Taco. 1011 WJRR. Bunch of freaking idiots.
All right, this hour is brought to you by the Major League Fishing tournament that's going on tomorrow and Saturday. Leesburg, Ski Beach, Harris Chain of Lakes. I'm actually going to be out there tomorrow afternoon when weigh-ins from the competition happen, starting at 3 in the afternoon. 3 to 5 if you want to come by. We'll have some JR goodies and all sorts of vendors and stuff out there. If you're into fishing, you might want to take advantage of that in Leesburg tomorrow and Saturday with JRR. All right, my name's Pat Lynch. Taco is off for the next few days. He's on a long-planned cruise that has been on the books for a while, so he's out doing what Taco does on a cruise. And anyway, we'll find out about that when he returns on Monday. I'm sure he'll have many things to convey and some that he probably would rather not, but we'll pry out of him. Let's begin with this. A local Fox affiliate in Washington, D.C. made a little bit of a boo-boo here the other day. That area of the country was one of the many areas that was blanketed in heavy snow, causing, a bunch of different issues. They had this reporter out, Bob Bernard, reporting on highway conditions in Loudoun County, Virginia, which is, in the main D.C. metropolitan area, and progress on clearing the roads. They made a slight mistake, though. Apparently, they had loaded and played back miscue and outtake, as they say, rather than the package that was designed to air, and this is kind of how it went.
A roommate I've just spoken to one of the snowplow driver's roommates who says he'd been out here for days clearing this roadway. Damn it, mother. Yeah.
All right, one more time, because, oh boy.
A roommate I've just spoken to one of the snowplow driver's roommates who says he'd been out here for days clearing this roadway. Damn it, mother. Yeah.
Now, I want you to think about this for a second. If you were an actual viewer in that area of the country, you probably, there was a lot of them is what I'm getting at, because so many people were just home, couldn't get to work for a couple days, and they're tuning in to find out the progress again. The road's cleared. There's Bob. Bob, clearly frustrated. They quickly cut away and went to commercial. I can totally relate, Bob. Totally relate. Can't say that I haven't done something similar in the last 30 years, maybe on several occasions. Locally, we did have one incident. It was probably 15, even maybe 20 years ago. And I'm not going to say the reporter's name because he still works at one of our stations. And Taco and I thought for sure, oh boy, he's done, when he dropped an F-bomb. He was reporting, I think he was doing a story in Deltona or DeLand. Dropped the F-bomb. But anyway, it happens. You got to love live TV, man. Speaking of it happened again. Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Oh, that's Little League World Series headquarters. An Olive Garden restaurant was the site of a horrific situation. It happened again. If you're newer to the show, is Lynch and Taco's show code for an on-the-job tragedy that usually results in one's demise. An accident, serious on-the-job accident. This is the first incident I think we've had of, and it happened again, which was self-inflicted. A cook at an Olive Garden there in Williamsport, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 911 started receiving calls about an employee removing his clothes and attempting to harm himself. A dispatcher is heard saying, I don't have a lot of details, a lot of people screaming, some kind of a burn victim. Turned out the male cook, after removing his clothes, then plunged headfirst into the fryers. The co-workers tried to render some assistance, but obviously he's flailing around. The hot grease is going everywhere. Now you got everybody getting, secondhand burns from this guy. Yeah, he was hell-bent on taking himself out. Unfortunately, that's the extent of the info I'm going to give you, but picture yourself in that situation, and a coworker starts doing that. It's like, hey, how was work today? Can we talk about something else? Anyway. Yeah, that's the first here. He did succumb to his injuries later at the hospital, obviously, head first into the deep fryer. Man, that is just brutal. Brutal. On a lighter note in restaurant news, we go over to England. Eastbourne, England. A decommissioned public toilet building. Well, this thing looks beat to hell. No wonder they decommissioned it. Is apparently going to reopen as a Mexican restaurant. Well, that's convenient, right? Some kind of writes its own jokes. I don't know. The toilet building is so dilapidated. They are closing it down, yet somebody else wants to come in and, I guess, spruce it up and start serving fajitas and whatnot. No, thank you. I think you could probably find another Mexican restaurant that isn't located inside of a former public toilet house. Thank you very much.
You're WJRR,
Orlando's rock station.